Shorty keep asking a date. She tryna finesse Polly Market for bread.
She trying to finesse Polly Market for bread? Is that even a relatable trope? Whatever, next song.
Better treat me like Shane Cobbler. Bank tellers better stay clocking.
All right, in this song, B's on the Table, B's are referring to billions of dollars. So is the best reference to titans of business name dropping Shane Copeland, the CEO of Polly Market? Today, we're not talking about the dozens of gambling ads that you have seen. What's become an obsession of mine is the ones that you haven't seen, but still consumed. The truth is, we'll never know who's getting paid by Kalshi and Polly Market to make content because 90% of ads on social media go completely undisclosed, which the FTC has said is completely illegal. So thank God the government has barely cracked down on undisclosed social media ads and never cracked down on Kalshi and Polly Market. When the FTC finds out about that, they're gonna be pissed. Who's supposed to be enforcing this stuff? The FTC is? Oh crap. Today, prediction markets don't want ad reads. They can buy culture. And I have found some things that have convinced me that what they want is more than profit. So how bad is the epidemic of undisclosed ads? And what are Kalshi and Polly Market really trying to achieve?
My mayor Muslim, my bagel's Jewish, my Christian Dior, Nixon!
Is that really Kalshi, Mike?
That's a Kalshi bite.
That's actually really funny.
I felt so betrayed.
I thought it was crazy.
So that guy went super viral.
Okay.
These days, instead of doing your post-reality interview on Ellen, where are you doing that? He went on Kalshi to do his post-reality interview.
After that final buzzer rang, I knew it was time to celebrate. There's people dancing, and I see Kalshi's iconic green mic.
He said iconic?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Is that a thing?
That's so stupid.
Have you heard about this iconic green mic before?
No. That makes me sick to my stomach. Nothing is sacred anymore. Human interactions are calculated and you can't trust anything. This is probably an ad.
And even outside of social media, it's not unheard of for rappers to get paid for the lyrics. Like McDonald's used to pay artists $3 to $5 each time their song referencing the Big Mac would play on the radio. And of course this isn't disclosed. If you rapped, "Now this verse is sponsored by," then Kendrick would get 3 more Grammys just roasting you. Sorry, we'll get to that later. Now, 44% of all marketing budgets are spent on creators. And with the vast majority being undisclosed, there's so many cultural moments that just turn out to be ads all along. During the World Cup, DoorDash kept tweeting out at this athlete, Tim Payne or something, but they kept accidentally tagging T-Pain, the artist, and T-Pain kept responding and being like, "Guys, come on, this is not me. Like, what's wrong with you guys?" This was a genuine, funny cultural moment that people bonded over on Twitter.
Yeah.
The whole thing bought and paid for. Do you feel like T-Pain betrayed your trust?
I don't really give a fuck about T-Pain.
And you might be asking, Shreyas, why drag T-Pain even though he hasn't made a good song since Buy You a Drink? It seems pretty low stakes. It's not like creators were getting duped in and taking Russian money to spread Russian propaganda. Hey, dude, you see this? Oh, right, of course. Well, that's kind of a big problem because now 57% of Americans get the news from, oh God, creators? So when Carlos Espenia, a creator with millions of followers, received $100,000 to endorse billionaire Tom Steyer in the California governor race, he didn't disclose it. Luckily, his fans in the New York Times ripped him a new one, so he learned his lesson. Wait, is he wearing a Kalshi shirt in most of his shorts without disclosing it's an ad? Oh shit, is he just straight up telling people to bet on Kalshi without telling anyone that this is an ad? Oh crap. Just like this, Kalshi and Polly Market are all over social media, likely paying creators under the table for shorts like this.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
At home? Mm-hmm. Are you sure?
Kalshi in the background the entire time, nothing to do with the sketch, never mentioned, never acknowledged, no tag in the description.
That's crazy.
All of these have been ads 100%.
And this hardly compares to what Polly Market is up to. They're paying creators under the table to fake scenarios where it seemed like they were just winning big, except it's fake. They weren't actually betting any money, and if they had, they would have lost all of it. This is straight up deceptive marketing, and it seems like Polly Market and Kalshi are reaching out to everybody. In fact, on my other YouTube channel, a show about the news, it turned out that Kalshi had DM'd us. And of course, what creator in their right mind would even respond? Well, we have been interested in finding out if basically the strategy is that they'll pay way more than other brands would, but they never responded. So are we more morally superior than those other creators who just called out? I guess we'll never know. Look, we've gone through a lot of undisclosed ads on social media today, and it's tempting to say that this is just old deception for the sake of profit, and that's obviously part of it. But the bigger story is far crazier. It started to click for me when I saw this. Kalshi odds on CNN. This is in the Wall Street Journal, a snapshot from Polymarket. Sure enough, if you click for more info, you'll find that they've entered a commercial partnership. But if you're taking money, just disclose as an ad. And if you're not, why disclose anything at all? And the bigger goal became clear to me after the Kalshi founders did an interview saying this.
How do you best describe the product?
The best analogy, I think, is really thinking about the stock market.
They want to be the next stock market. All these ads hidden in plain sight are to convince us gambling is investing, and it's working. The line between gambling and investing has been so blurred for Gen Z that now a quarter view sports betting as part of their long-term financial plan. And over half have actually moved the money into sports betting as part of their long-term savings plan. And this is freaking insane. See, even the fact that we call these prediction markets is an insane play by the gambling apps, because even roulette is a prediction market on whether the ball will land on red or black. You're either right or you're getting divorced. So are Kalshi and Polymarket the same as the stock market? Prediction markets and the stock market could not be more different. There's three things that prediction markets pride themselves on, and we'll just quickly talk about how each one doesn't make any sense. So the first one is making money. Hell yeah. As you've likely heard, the vast majority of people on Kalshi and Polymarket lose money. It is a massive transfer of wealth from the uninformed masses to the informed insiders. But let's just compare that to the stock market for a second, because there's something about it we don't talk about enough. The percent of people who put their money in and just let it sit for a while and then come out of that profitable is 100%. Okay, I'm not making this up. If you put your money in for 5 years at any point in the last 30 years, even at the peak before a recession, you'll walk out of that profitable. If you day trade on the stock market, you're for sure losing money competing against the hedge funds. But if you just long-term invest, you have a very good shot. And there is no way by nature to long-term invest in prediction markets, because that bet has to come true or false within a matter of a few months or days. 2. Institutional investors, institutional investors are not touching this with a 100-foot stick. This is the big, boring money. This is 70 to 80% of the stock market. This isn't hedge funds. This is pensions and retirement savings. But that's where the real money is, in pensions in Nebraska with tens of billions of dollars. So when a bank comes up with a new investment idea, whether it's a stock that they want to IPO, a new asset-backed security, some new fund that they've come up with, they need to do a thing called a roadshow. They basically fly around the country for months, if not years, pitching the big money to invest in their thing. So the real tell that Kalshi and Polymarket know they're not a stock market competitor is that they don't even bother with the boring money, because they know that the Nevada Public Employees Pension Fund isn't going to spend a single penny of anyone's retirement savings on whether the president shits himself on a Tuesday. But these apps will tell you it is only a matter of time that institutional investors start knocking on their door, because Kalshi and Polymarket are truth prediction machines. You've probably heard them talk about this. So I looked at genuine toss-ups, things that polls and pundits couldn't predict, to see if Kalshi and Polymarket actually had an edge in predicting the future. And across elections to World Cup games to NBA championships, they basically weren't accurate until the very end. So I said, you know what, I'll just fact check the predictions that Kalshi and Polymarket are flaunting themselves. And one thing Kalshi's been proud of is that their traders were the first to predict a huge political upset by Zohran Mamdani to become the New York City mayor. For context, for the mayoral election, New York City was covered in gambling ads that can only be described as, except the day before Mamdani's big upset to overtake Cuomo and become the Democratic nominee for mayor, both apps were predicting that Cuomo would sweep. Now, the point is this: these apps are not a good way to make money. The real boring institutional money isn't touching this at all, and the thing they think makes them unique, predicting things, is not widely verifiable. So all of their undisclosed ads isn't to inform us, it's to seep into our culture and take our world of get rich quick and just have pedal hit the metal. So I thought, if Kalshi and Polymarket can create viral moments to convince people to get rich quick, could I do the same but to convince people to get rich responsibly? Okay.
Trust demonized.
Get rich slow, I said it twice. No lottery dreams, just a long-term life. No quick flip schemes, no rolling dice. I'm compounding patience, that's my vice. Get rich slow, I said it twice. No lottery dreams, just a long-term life. No quick flip schemes, no rolling dice. I'm compounding patience, that's my vice.
The women will respect my affordable car. Honda Civic, it'll take you far. When I get a car loan, I check the APR. I don't need a Lambo parked in my garage. I'm in the market, be time in the wave. I'm psychic, I'm patient, I'm cool, getting paid. Yeah, I miss some pumps, yeah, I dodge some pain, but I sleep real good when the market's insane.
Get rich slow, I said it twice. No lottery dreams, just a long-term life. No quick flip schemes, no rolling dice. I'm compounding patience, that's my vice. Get rich slow, I said it twice. No lottery dreams, just a long-term life. No quick flip schemes, no rolling dice. Hey grandpa, how'd you get so rich?
SP 500 equals 12% annual. Maxed IRA, let that shit grow gradual. You ain't broke, you're just pre-rich. Delayed gratification, yeah, that's the key, bitch.
Your girl calls me cause she wants it here. These gambling sites only bring her tears. So she in my house now that I bought with them. My budget's still bigger than yours cause you're a Kalshi puppet. Get rich slow, I said it twice. Responsible money spread. Get rich slow, I said it twice. I have health insurance. Get rich slow, let the money grow. While they chase a high, I'm watching cash flow. Risk losing it all? Nah, I don't know. I'm trying to get wealthy the boring way though.
Unlock the car! No, it's not!
Wait, we can just do a shot where they're...
His door's broken.
Alright, got it.